Play your intro. I actually miss it.
All right. Everything's recording.
This is the On Call Podcast. Your home for sports, news, pop culture, tech, and the obscure. And of course, your host, Michael Myers.
Well, hello there, everybody. This is the On Call Podcast. That's Franklin. I'm Bash. We have another excellent day. It's been a good week for everyone, hopefully. Football is back. So if nothing else, you got that.
I watched that game with Brady.
That game with Brady. You know what team that was, Lowell?
Tampa Bay and New Orleans Saints. I actually used to watch football, bitch.
And we are joined by a new fella.
Good evening, morning. I don't know when you put this out, so I'm just trying to cover all my bases.
Sebastian Phillips, the music producer extraordinaire.
Moonlighting, yeah. When I'm not doing my completely applicable day job of firefighting, yes.
Yeah, he's got two jobs.
You guys are live in front of the news right now.
Yeah, what, firefighting?
Yeah. I mean, if you're in California, you're really
West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. It's legit out there right now.
Yeah, it is not legit out here, believe it or not. It's a lot of homeless people. That's most of what we deal with. But somebody has to do it. So I guess it has to be us.
What do y'all do with homeless people? Like, revive them?
Well, sure. Yeah, if they're dead. If they're not dead, then no. But basically, so before starting with the fire department, I had no idea it worked this way. But anything an ambulance goes to, fire truck goes to as well, just because they're normally closer. So you basically go on every single medical call.
That's true.
And where I happen to work, there happens to be a lot of homeless people. So anytime a homeless person calls 911, we have to get dispatched to it. So it ends up being a pretty large volume of the calls that you get. Not that there aren't legitimate ones, but when it's 3 a.m., it's a little bit frustrating when you get called out to nothing. So kind of is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Why are they homeless people calling 911?
So they will give you a different reason than what the reason actually is.
Alcohol
But it's
detox.
normally just to go to the hospital, sleep a night, warm bed,
Turkey
get
sandwich.
out of the rain.
That's what all of ours did, was at the hospitals. They just were there for the fresh turkey sandwich.
Yep.
And to dry out because they didn't have any booze and they didn't refill any of their meds because they don't have a doctor. So all their heart issues are now flaring up major. So we had regulars that they would stay for 3 or 4 days because they had such cardiac issues.
We have a guy that we pick up every single shift. When I say pick up, he's too large for an ambulance crew of 2 people to lift alone. So they call us out every single shift to pick up the same person and take him to the hospital. They discharge him, and then we pick him up again the next day. It's pretty incredible. It's things that you would not ever think of before working there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I feel like we should have a better system in place to deal with that type of stuff. But let's not get too political like we did last episode.
Oops.
Well,
we went into Satanism and healthcare.
Oh, yeah, that's normally where the conversation goes if you let it.
I mean, it was a good episode, though. Satanism was a fun talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell us about yourself, please.
Well, I'm 27 for another month. Turn 28 next month. So I've kind of done a bunch of different stuff throughout my life. When I was in high school, I did a lot of graphic design. I still played, I played guitar mostly then. I graduated and considered going to school for graphic design until I realized there was really no way that I was ever going to go to college for graphic design and tuition is crazy expensive.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
it's
really, really smart move. You can learn all that on the internet, and it's like
literally YouTube.
$100,000 education.
15 million people applying for 48 jobs.
Yeah, designing a cup for McDonald's. But so I decided not to do that with my better judgment, and I worked a few different jobs. Worked a few office jobs. I worked in IT for a while. I thought I wanted to work in IT, and I ended up hating it. It was absolutely terrible. And then somehow I got led into the fire department. So I've worked there for going on 3 years now, and just you work one day on, you work 24 hours, and then you get 48 hours off. So you have so much free time between shifts that you can really do whatever. So I'd done a lot of music in the past, like 5-6 years ago. I was pretty into music. I was into it for a few years, and it just kind of fell off. So I was like, man, I got 2 days off for every one day I work. So I just kind of got back into it. Just working with a few friends who also do music, play instruments, just kind of like making little songs here and there. And I started making videos for the songs, and then I started posting them on Instagram in like late March, and it had really good reception. So I got reached out by a lot of people. Lowell was one of them. I was telling him earlier, it's really weird, the podcast music niche, and all these people start reaching out, and they're like, I need a song for a podcast. And I'm like, all right, well, like 30-second songs, not hard to make, you know?
It is if you're not artistic, though.
Sure.
Or if you don't know how to make songs.
Yeah, that'd be like me trying to build a house, though. I wouldn't take that task if I didn't think I could do it. But it's pretty cool. Like it's starting to gain some traction with that, different things. I've started doing some video editing. I just got back from New York, so I don't know how much video I took there, just walking around the streets and
I saw you posted some videos. I think on YouTube or something. I didn't look.
I posted them on my Instagram.
Okay, good.
And it was just kind of a 60-second clip. I was there for 4 days, so I got back home and I tried to edit through some of the film because I'm like, it'd be sweet to get this compacted down into like a 4 or 5 minute video. So I had 5 minutes from one day. I was like, all right. So I trimmed it down to 3 minutes, and then I cut a little 60-second session out. I don't know what I'm going to do still. I'll probably just leave it on my to-do list until I forget about it.
Yeah.
It'd be
That's right.
pretty sweet.
What are you using to edit? Resolve, Premiere?
I use Premiere Pro for just slicing up, color grading, color correction, and then sometimes I'll slide into After Effects every once in a while, but mostly Premiere Pro. Yeah.
And for audio stuff, you use what?
So for making music, I use Ableton. I used to use FL Studio a while back, and I switched over to Ableton just because it records, in my opinion, live instruments better. But for, I guess the one time I did a video where I had a voiceover on it, I might have used Audition, but it was so weird because you think audio is audio, and like Audition is, I opened it up and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I sound terrible.
It has not been fun to learn, I'll tell you that for me.
I'm a big fan of Audition, but that's just because it's what I started with.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sure I'll love it after I take the time and learn it. But
if you're familiar with Premiere, it's like a 30-minute transition. Yeah.
That easy, huh?
Well, if you're familiar with Premiere, are you familiar with Premiere?
Oh, I am familiar with Premiere.
Well, no, I'm talking to Michael. He's getting into some video editing stuff. So,
nice.
I told him about Resolve because it's free. Yeah.
I did use that at first, and I still see people recommend it for like color grading or color correction. They're like, yeah, but I don't understand the whole like the fragmentation between
the node based.
Well, there's that, but it's like, so you have Premiere Pro, right, to edit together clips, and they want you to use DaVinci to color grade, and then you have to add any special effects in After Effects. So it's like I need 3 softwares.
Well, with Resolve, yeah, no, I totally understand that. That's why people try to stay within the Adobe ecosystem. But you can, with DaVinci Resolve, edit your clips and do color grading. And then they also have a compositing software. I think it's called Fusion or something like that.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. But again, I guess the subscription based, I have the Creative Cloud that I said I would never buy.
Yeah.
And then
right?
enough time goes by and we all fold.
I know, right?
Too good not to.
Thankfully, work pays for it for me.
Really? Lucky. Well, I was reading online because I was getting ready to pull the trigger. I had bought like the Affinity suite, like for Photoshop and Illustrator replacements. And I was like, I really need to get Photoshop and Illustrator, and I'm using After Effects and all these other softwares. I should just subscribe to it. And somebody said that you can just message their support because it's like $53 a month. And they said, just message the support and ask for a discount and they'll give it to you. So I messaged them and they're like, oh yeah, we'll give it to you for $30. I'm like, all right, well, that was incredibly easy.
No shit.
Nice.
Just to think of all these people though who are paying $20 more every single month just because you've not chatted with Adobe themselves. Like that's, I don't know.
Oh, crazy. Really? That's great. Oh, you can, with Adobe, you can do that?
You don't have to do anything. You message them and say, I want a better rate. And they'll do their little like tech support, like, I'll be right back. I'll see what I can do. $30. I'm like, sold.
Oh, dang. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have to look into doing some Adobe then.
Well, if you do get into Adobe, I can give you tutorials for that, or I can teach you that. But you want to jump into the movie thing? I'm interested in hearing about that.
All right. So as everyone knows, during this whole pandemic, movie theaters got hit real hard. AMC theaters, there's 5,000 or something, like 3,000 in the United States. And homeboy Christopher Nolan had his major movie was supposed to come out this summer, and then the pandemic hit, and
the panic.
That's right, the panic. So he refused to release the movie to any video services. Well, AMC slowly increased opens, and they're now at 100% open. All AMC theaters in the United States open for business, but at 50% capacity. So Tenet got released a couple weeks ago overseas. It was doing pretty well. So they opened up over here this past weekend, and $6 million, $6.7 million for the weekend for a major blockbuster release.
Talk about not reading the room. I mean, I guess there was no way to know if people were going to come out and see it, but I mean, I understand he's the type of guy that wants everyone to see it in the full experience with all the practical effects, and I totally get that, but you know, different times you kind of have to adjust.
Even Disney released Mulan to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That made $32 million over the last 2 weeks.
If he released Tenet, I would have bought it already, even if it was $20. Like, because I definitely want to see it because I love Christopher Nolan's movies. Also, I heard it was confusing, but people said bad things about Inception, and I thought that movie was awesome.
Well, it was good, but I bet you seeing it twice that same day really would have cleared up a lot more issues. Seeing Inception. That's
twice in a row?
Yeah, to see it and then see it again, because there's always things in that movie. There's stuff you miss.
Oh, the ability to replay it?
Yeah. There's just so many. I missed a bunch of shit the first time I watched Inception.
What about the ending? Did you think that he's dead, that he was in a dream or not?
I think he's locked in the dream.
Because his kids were in the same position, or
looking back, I think it was just because I think all of it was a myth, and he was in a dream because he was there and happy, and it just wasn't going to end. I don't have a real reason. I just thought that's where he was going to be happy. Living his living life was not really good. Him being stuck in the dream he could be eternally happy.
Sebastian?
I think that's fair. Hearing you guys talk about this, I've seen Inception. I'm not like a huge movie watcher, but when you say watch the same movie in the same day, I remember.
I would never do that. But go on, yeah.
Sure. Hey man, I don't judge. You can do whatever you want.
Do you really remember?
Yeah. So do you remember Paycheck with Ben Affleck?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I watched it as a kid. Yeah. So my mind was completely blown. I felt like I just watched a masterpiece. First of all, I knew it was the best movie ever because I didn't understand anything that was going on. I had no idea. I still couldn't tell you. I could watch it today and I might still not know what's going on in Paycheck.
That's a really good fucking movie, but he reverse engineers the time thing, right? And then he figures it all out, and then he leaves himself clues to, right?
I'm gonna
Sounds
have to
right.
It.
It's a child's mind. It's a
very
small
sure,
child.
sure.
Well,
you should rewatch it, man. It's good. Michael, you seen it?
I watched it as a child, but now I can't remember. Now that I'm hearing you describe it, like, yeah, I didn't understand any of it then. I'm wondering if I would have a ruined thought process.
No, it's a good movie.
You talk about a movie.
27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
27?
Oh. Yeah.
Dude, they just hated Ben Affleck back then. This is bullshit.
It's like
this is one of those movies, though. What do you think? What reviews do you think like Joe Dirt got when it first came out? Probably terrible reviews. Cult classic, you know?
Iconic, yeah.
I still love it.
I think it was one of those. It was one of those, like Boondock Saints. I'm sure it got shit reviews when it came out too.
Yeah.
I watched a trailer for 7 yesterday. The old
favorite movie.
So
that was my favorite movie. Yeah.
Number 1, nice.
So
is that Fincher? Is David Fincher?
Yep.
Nice.
He's great. Nicole got me a pair of headphones for my birthday. Some gaming ones, noise cancellation. So I put it on for that trailer, and everything was so fucking intense. I didn't realize how the undertones, even in the trailer, how it built up to the scene. They were playing the scene from the sloth part of it, where that dude just laying there. I'm gonna have to watch it. I bought it on Vudu just so I could watch it. So when this is done, I think I'm gonna watch 7.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Brad Pitt I think he's a great number 2. I think he's the best number 2 man. Morgan Freeman, I think, is like the lead of that movie. I don't know, because he kind of controls the story pace. Brad Pitt, I think, is just a better number 2, just like in Ocean's 11 and 12 and all that stuff.
So an interesting fact about 7 that I just remembered you talking about it is, I was thinking about Kevin Spacey at first and how we're not allowed to like Kevin Spacey anymore, I think.
No, it's okay. He's gay. It's not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We can't like Kaiser Sose.
So Kevin Spacey's gay. But also when that movie was being promoted, he did not want to be in any of the promo material. Like he wasn't on, I don't even think he was on the cast list because because
it was a surprise, right?
Yeah, the antagonist of the movie was supposed to be like a surprise. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's genius.
Now he's gay.
So it's okay. It's okay if he grabs
a
server's butt or something.
Yeah, it's all good.
Just to clarify,
oh man,
he's canceled not because of his sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone who's listening,
it was no, that's the joke. He came out and said he was gay, so it was okay. But I don't know. I think this stuff got dropped, right? It wasn't like fully verified. I'm not totally sure, but whatever.
I heard there's a lot.
I would hate
threats.
to just hate him for no reason, but yeah.
Frank Underwood.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good show.
The first season, anyway. That's as far as I made it, and then it started trying to get a little more outlandish as it went, so it threw me off.
Ooh, Zoom just actually asked me to upgrade, like for real.
I already did. I paid for a year.
No, but I'm saying, well, why didn't you do the meeting then?
Because you were already hosting a meeting.
But we should have switched. You want to switch it?
How's that going to happen?
We just do a quick pause and then we rejoin your meeting.
We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Right.
You don't have Sebastian's email, but if you send it to me, I'll forward it to him.
Yeah,
Will you email it?
You can add him anyway, can't you?
Oh, wait. Yeah, can we become friends? God, it's so dumb. It doesn't let you just add to contacts. I hate Zoom.
Just pay for Zoom. I'll pay
No,
for
hell no. I pay for too many things already.
Ooh.
All right, just I'll cancel it and then I'll invite you, Sebastian, okay?
All right, cool.
You want to stop the recording,
Yeah.
Michael, so you can get the files, whatever. Yep. All right. Let me see.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me pause the recording, so I just left everything going there, and that way I just know I got a break at 19 minutes on everything.
Okay.
And then the Zoom meeting will have I'll just combine the two. I'll practice my video editing, I suppose.
Haha. Oh, man. Well, aren't you recording everything in OBS?
Correct.
Okay, I invited Sebastian and texted him.
Tasty, tasty, tasty. I will say the one bad thing about Zoom meetings is it sometimes fails to convert the video properly.
What, did you, really?
Yeah, I had one of ours. It won't let me play it back, but when it let me upload it to YouTube, actually worked fine. But I couldn't watch it beforehand.
Did you may not have had the correct codec installed, or did you select to create for like the proper file for video editing?
It was just
because that's a setting.
It was an MP4. What?
Yeah, you should have been able to play it. I don't know, but
it uploaded
sometimes
fine.
You probably could have converted it and it would have worked, but yeah, whatever.
No worries. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it. So what would they? We didn't say anything bad. What are you drinking over there, Sebastian? The Koolada?
Yeah, it's a hard cherry limeade. Hold the
Ew.
heart. This is cherry limeade. And I never, ever use a straw. I Uber Eats Zaxby's, and I had a straw.
Mm.
I feel like it looks very soft that I'm drinking out of this cherry limeade can with a straw. This is not who I am.
Dude, you got 5 guitars behind you. It totally makes up for the straw.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one on the wall next to me. It doesn't make up for the straw to me, but if it makes up for you, then it's cool.
Yeah, if anyone...
Speaking of, I don't know if I can control the volume of this. Wait, can you guys hear this?
The volume of what? Your stuff?
Oh, I guess my loop back turned off. Wait. Yeah, loop back. I was going to play...
Yeah. Loop back on, sound source off.
You hear that?
Yeah, I do.
That's all I can hear, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
It was loud.
Levels are actually
Okay.
great.
Sorry, it's not changing the volume on mine. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
There's some baby making music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why I have a studio in the bedroom.
Ha!
I don't have to move.
How many microphones do you have then to do this?
I have one microphone. That's the one I'm using right now. I have an audio interface. It's got like 18 inputs.
Oh,
So,
what is it? What is it? Behringer?
Scarlett 18i20.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it off Facebook Market, which is the bane of my existence. I've probably spent more money there than I've spent literally anywhere else.
Oh, man, I need to get on there then because on OfferUp and Craigslist suck nowadays.
Yeah, OfferUp's dead. Let Go's dead. It's all about Facebook Market.
Because I was getting a table saw and I just ended up buying it from Home Depot so I could build my panels. Speaking of, I have a huge, big ass fat panel here now. And then panels all over this room. I'm about to do ceiling ones tomorrow.
Nice.
Let Go didn't last long.
I know. Well, OfferUp bought it, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Craigslist really went to shit because you can't even list cheap shit on there down here for does it cost money up there? Every listing costs like $3.
I don't think so. You can't. But I remember I used to love going to the dating section, look at the casual encounters, look at the misconnections, just read them, man. They're interesting. Yeah. I wonder if there's any stories out there of people like meeting off the misconnections.
There's no way. I mean, I guess statistically there is, but what are the chances?
I feel like it's very rare.
Very rare.
I would always go in there and be like, I wonder if someone's looking for me.
Yeah. That sounds like could be me. I'm white.
I don't know. I've seen some on, even in the newspaper with misconnections. Saw you at the local Aldi's.
But so, like, what if you do that and you find the person and they're like a total shithead?
Live and learn.
Like you put an ad out for this person in the paper, like you paid money, and like the universe brought you together, and then they like treat the waiter like shit.
Oh yeah, they don't tip.
Yeah, they don't tip.
I know. I see that on Reddit. They're like, "Oh, what is your biggest turnoff?" Oh, they're rude to the waiter. I can't. That's never happened to me. Never once.
You've never dated someone who's rude to a waiter?
No, but I have like dated some or went on a date with somebody that was like pretty obnoxiously out there drunk in public, and I was like, "That's a no for me."
Baby mama.
And she almost burned my house down too. Put a cigarette out in some cardboard boxes that were gonna be recycled, and
that chick has made it to 2 episodes.
yeah.
Wow.
She used to cut. I know, because it's all about the hair, man. She cut my hair, and I missed that. But you know,
that's it.
Good for you.
Can't let her burn my house down.
Sebastian, do you have a worst first date? And how about that? What was your worst first date?
I do. The fact that it just popped into my head really seals the deal for me. It was about 2 years ago, and it is Christmas Eve, right? And I can't remember what I was doing dating life wise. I guess I was pretty desperate at this point in time to go out on Christmas Eve. Total catfish. I'd been talking to this chick like maybe like a week or something like that, and I was like, oh, she looks pretty cute. I didn't think very much of it because I had never been catfished before. Like everybody pretty much looked like their profile picture. So I go out on Christmas Eve. I'm like, hey, you want to get something to eat? No, not get something to eat. We're going to the square in Marietta.
Marietta. Yep. I forgot. By the way, Sebastian lives in the same city as me.
No shit.
Oh, you live in Marietta?
No. I live in Atlanta, but I used to live in Smyrna, so I used to go to the square all the time.
I will name every city until I get it right.
Decatur.
Yeah, where it's greater. So it's like I'm looking at my phone. She's like, oh, I'm here. And like you're looking around. It's like they got all the Christmas lights up and stuff. I'm just like, all right, cool.
I don't see you.
About to, see what's up on Christmas. And I see this girl walking towards me, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this is this chick. She just walks right up to me. It's like, hey, I'm whatever her name is, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle this situation. Like, I'm not very good at rejecting people. Not rejecting people, but like, so I spent about 4 hours trying to escape the situation.
I would have been gone on the whole date too.
It's all I knew what to do. I'm like, what am I going to do? It's Christmas Eve. What am I going to tell her?
Was it? Oh, it was a weight thing. Like she was much.
Everything.
She was pretty large, and I will say, like, different strokes for different folks. However,
I like them thick, so I probably wouldn't even
whatever,
complain.
Man. Yeah, whatever, man. Like, people like what they like. However, you are advertising something that is not that, and I'm looking for you, and then you have the audacity to walk up to me and offer me this. Look, hey, I'm me, all right? I'm not Tom Cruise. I'm much taller. But, like, it is what it is. So I spent, like, the whole evening with her, like, talking.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, is it? Because then I just never answered another text, and that was not the right way to go about it. But I'm like, what's better? I don't know. Like, are you honest in that scenario?
I think the gentleman in you would be to leave her hanging on, like, the 27th. You text her through. You already did Christmas Eve date.
Oh, wow. I think I did.
I feel like that's the way to go.
I have a lot of opinions about how to break it off with somebody. But yeah, sometimes they're going to get mad and you want to avoid that. I understand. I guess what I usually would do would just be like, hey, I think you're really awesome. Just don't think we're a good match.
Wow. You make it sound so easy when you say it.
That's literally what I type in the text message. Literally. Just
it's
exactly that.
It's safe in my notes. Yeah, it's a shortcut. Well, have you been to McCracken's in Marietta?
Sure, absolutely. Several times.
So a buddy of mine calls me like at the end of this date, quote unquote. And he's like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm just getting done with this date." He's like, "Hey, I'm at McCracken's on Christmas Eve." This man has a son. He's like, "I'm drinking at McCracken's." And I'm like, "All right, man, I'll be there in a second."
Kid's waiting in the car.
Yeah, he's in the car seat. I just go in there and get wasted on Christmas Eve to try to forget about what just happened. And now I'm having to relive it.
Let me ask you a question about her profile. Was it thin pictures or was it all close-up face pictures? Because that's a risk you're taking.
If I recall correctly, I believe it was probably some strategic angles.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
A lot of high. I'm not adverse. Oh yeah, it's like way up here. We've all been there.
Duck face.
It was pretty radical. Like I've been on some where it's like, this is not the person that I saw online, but my standards are flexible at times.
Mine too. Oh yeah. Hey, speaking of, I believe I catfished somebody. I got fat. Didn't really realize it happens gradually, and then the girl made a comment that I was like 30 pounds heavier than I looked at my photos, and I'm the type of person that never takes photos, so I was like, oh my god. I mean, she still was into me, but
she still porked you,
huh? Yeah, she still banged me, but
nice.
That was one of the catalysts that made me want to lose weight, so then I did, but yeah, I think it happens. I don't know, it just depends, but yeah.
How much weight different? Mine, the girl that catfished me was on the same dating site as the girl that stole my car.
What?
That was my worst first date.
Was that Plenty of Fish?
OK Cupid.
Nice. Yeah, I've had. Yeah, OK Cupid's pretty good.
Can you explain the car stealing, please? I've had my car stolen too. Different way. I'll tell the story, but I would love you to tell yours.
All right. So my worst first date. Talked to this girl for a couple weeks. It was right before I moved to Florida, so everything was packed up in the car. And I'm getting ready to go. Decided we're going to meet this girl. We're going to hang out. Things are going great. She wants to meet in a public forum. I get that. Cool with me. Let's meet. We meet in a public park. She's like, okay. Things seem okay. You can ride with me. We'll go to my place. All right. Get in the car. We ride to her parents' place, not her place. And we're making out. Things are going great in the basement. We are not watching that movie. So 2/3 of the way or so into the movie, she decides, okay, something you should know. I'm on probation, and I was smoking weed with my friend.
Why did this come up? What?
It literally out of the blue, like handful of boob, tongue in each other's mouth. And she goes, I'm on probation, and me and my friend are going to turn ourselves in. All right. I mean, you're oversharing right now.
Was this part of the strategy? Because this is confusing to me.
I mean,
I'm very confused.
It was out of the blue. I was just as confused. So
did it kill the mood?
Absolutely, because she said we're going to go, and I'm going to go with my friend, and we're going to turn ourselves in right now.
What?
So she is like, all right. I'm like, okay, this is an odd end to the story. And she decides, all right, let's go. And on the way back to my vehicle, she's like, okay, we're going to pick up my friend while we're at it, and we're just going to go straight from dropping you off to the cops because we were smoking weed, and we don't want to get in trouble because we're going to get popped for piss tests because she's on probation. So we stop and we pick up the homeboy, and, we dap up, and things are going good. On the way to the park to pick up my truck, about a block and a half or so, she stops the car, and she's like, well, we're going to stop here, and we're going to let you walk the rest of the way, and we're just going to go to the police station because this is out of our way. I'm like, all right. I mean, we're this close. You could have just driven me the rest of the way, but all right.
Why do you want to go to jail so bad?
Mind you, when we met up, it was like 5 or 6 o'clock. When we go to drop off, it's like 8:30 in the fall. It's like late September, end of October, or beginning of October. So it is fucking black. So I'm trying to find my way to the park because I used MapQuest directions printed out on a paper. This was 12 years ago. I was 20. And I'm 32 now, so
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm walking back to the park. I didn't bring my MapQuest directions with me, but I knew roughly where the entrance to the park was. So I walk, and it's pitch black, and unfortunately, this park did not have lights. Walking through, and I have my BlackBerry Curve out, and I turn on the flashlight, and I just can't see the reflection of my vehicle at all. So I pointed up to try to see it shining off my light until I just hear, and I look down, and I see all of my fucking CDs and broken glass. And I was like, oh, no. She just stole my car. Well, I didn't think that.
Wait, I was going to say, hang on. You did not think that it was her right away.
I was like, oh, man, someone just stole my car. And I was actually in a good area. So I didn't think anything like that would happen. I was in a very upscale, rich high school area. So then first thing I do is I use my BlackBerry Curve, and I call my dad, and he goes, sorry, but you figure it out. This is good for getting shit stolen. Call the cops.
It's not my fault.
Exactly. That's what I thought. So I next calls a 911. They come and pick me up, and they're like, do you know where she lives? I was like, I'll be honest, I have no idea what her address is.
The cop figured it out in about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
2 seconds.
Like, all right, where's this girl live that you were just with? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I know landmarks. I know she was by this water tower in the suburbs by that. And he goes, okay, I know where you're at. So I'm in the back of the car, trembling like a fucking cold chihuahua. And we get to the house. And as soon as we get there, they knock on the door, and she just melts down, and she rats on the dude. And it turns out the guy that we picked up was the one that stole my car. She was in on it. And everything was gone.
That's the ultimate catfish right there. They act like they're trying.
I did, actually. So
you got your car back and you touched boobs. Nice.
Yeah, and she contacted me 2 weeks after that and wanted to go on another date.
What? Wow.
She didn't get any jail time because she flipped on him immediately.
Oh my goodness.
So they got ahead of you. They kicked you out of the car, got ahead of you, and then stole your car.
No, he wasn't with us the whole date. He stole the car.
Yeah.
And then we picked him up after the fact. After they stole my vehicle, and the sound, my military bonus went into that truck. Between the purchase of the truck and the very expensive sound system that I put into it. And all the stuff that I was going to bring with me when I moved to Florida. Gone. I got the truck back with four flat tires, busted out windows, system gone. It was rough. That was a rough first date.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top that one, but let's hear what yours is, Sebastian.
Yeah, who stole your car? Grandma?
Yeah.
That's the only way to beat it.
So, I guess I can actually preface this with another story. I lived in an apartment complex, if you're a little familiar with Thornton Road. So it's
nope.
It's up near Lithia Springs. I wouldn't describe it as the best area in Georgia by a long shot, but I lived in some apartments up there, and I had a roommate. He was a buddy of mine, and I lived with him for maybe like 2 years, and nothing got done. It was a lot of recreational activities were going on.
You mean like smoking weed?
Something like that, but exactly like that. So I remember one night we got done smoking, and I was like, cool, man, do you want to get Wendy's? We live near Wendy's. So I'm in a great mood. I'm going to go get Wendy's. I go outside with my key fob. I'm like, I'll drive. And I'm just like, high as a kite. Click on my fob. I'm like, man, I parked super far away, apparently, when I got home hours ago. I'm clicking it, and it probably takes 3 or 4 minutes for it to really set in. I'm like, somebody stole my car. Now, about 3 weeks before this is my fault. I kept a gun in my car. Somebody had broken into my car and then taken my gun. And then I guess realized that one of my doors didn't lock, so why not come back and just take the whole car? Why take a gun when you can get a whole car? So the person who stole the gun accidentally shot themselves with it in the same apartment complex.
What a bad
I got I got a letter in the mail and everything. They're like, this is the person's name. You have to come to court. This is the person who accidentally shot themselves in the leg with your gun, or a gun went off in an apartment and was traced back to me. So I guess in a way it looked like I went into an apartment and shot somebody up.
Is there anything worse than accidentally shooting yourself? Like, seriously, I don't think there is.
There's not many things more embarrassing, probably.
Well, maybe shooting yourself in the dick. Like, if you accidentally shoot yourself in the dick, there's nothing worse than
Well, have you guys seen Tiger King?
Oh yeah.
No, only the first episode. I'm sorry, guys.
Bro.
I apologize.
I just watched it, so it's fresh in my mind.
I want to watch the Nick Cage movie that comes out from it too.
Well, you saw the guy on there killed himself. He shot himself in the head.
That's true. Trying to prove that.
Was he like?
He was trying to.
Was
prove
he looking down the? Like,
no, he was trying.
It's not working. Click, 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 click.
He's trying to prove the gun wouldn't fire without the clip in it, but it did because there was one in the chamber.
I'm gonna chalk that up with sort of like you deserve that one,
Yeah, it's very much a survival of the fittest.
Well, it's wild because he's like on camera. He's not. He's like under the camera, but you just see this poor guy, like watching him. Yeah, the guy who witnessed it, and he's just there on camera, like, oh my god, this guy just blew his brains out right in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Is this real life?
But that guy probably had like 10 kids, so survival of the fittest. I don't know about that. Maybe if he didn't reproduce.
He didn't have any kids. He was with.
Nice.
He was with Joe Exotic.
Oh, okay.
The fake gay meth head.
Yeah.
I don't know how it.
Just.
Well, how good is your game? Like, how good of a game to get laid do you have if you can turn two dudes gay to marry you? And was the other one gay? The dude that killed himself wasn't really gay.
Neither of them were gay.
Man, he's got some mad.
Well,
game.
Not gay, but can get a boner from banging a dude, right?
I mean,
allegedly, I don't know.
Meth is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you gotta think about it.
I would have to say their sexuality is a spectrum there, and they were not
flexible.
Yeah, which is cool. Totally cool.
It's like Kevin Spacey.
I just don't. There's if dudes had boobs, then maybe I'd be into it.
If it weren't for the sexual part, I could probably be gay. Hey man, you want to go shoot some hoops? You want to go?
I agree. I agree. Hey dude, you trying to go build a PC and start a podcast? Let's go, bro. Like,
You just have to chip in a couple $100 a month to get the side angle taken care of. Hey man, rubbing it out's not working anymore. We gotta. I'm sure there's people that would do it.
I think that's how it starts. I think that's how everybody starts.
You might be right.
Be really, really good friends. Yeah, we'll just be great friends.
Actually, Bumble BFF. You know what I'm talking about. Mentioned this before, but I'm on Bumble BFF to meet some bros in my area to bro down, and quite a few of them are, I think, trying to bang me.
What is BFF supposed to stand for?
Oh, best friends forever. What?
I don't know what it's supposed to mean on Bumble. It could be
Bumble BFF.
Bumble boy friend fuckers. I don't know.
But fucker forever.
Oh, that's what it is.
Maybe
but I did actually meet a bro recently. He lives in I think like East Atlanta Village or something. But yeah, he was a cool guy. So I invited him over to cook some ribs this week sometime. So he didn't try and bang me. He's got 2 daughters.
Yet.
Not that's true, but he's a programmer for Delta C#. So maybe if he teaches me a little programming, I'll give him like a HJ or something. But
that sounds wild. Yeah. C#.
You're
I didn't know that was the thing.
You're making a missed connections app for Craigslist.
Yes, I agree. Oh. I need just something I can browse that other people are into. That it's like Reddit, but I don't know. Well, there's R for R, but you know what I'm talking about on Reddit, you guys? R for R?
Is that Reddit for Redditor? Well, I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's like hookups. There's also random acts of blowjob and for each city. So there's R for R in Atlanta, like hooking up, and random acts of blowjob, random acts of muff dive, where Like the random acts of blowjob, you would just randomly, some girl would just suck your dick, and then the random acts of muff dive, you would just randomly go down on a girl. But the R for R, it's like 99% dudes and 1% girls. But I would go on there occasionally and read it, but I don't think I'm subscribed anymore.
I am just. Not,
You see, Sebastian's looking. He's like,
right,
let me post my music to this subreddit.
I make songs.
I used to follow Backpage and stuff like that, but like,
I know Backpage was interesting too. There's all the prostitutes on there, and I feel like you could. There's occasionally a porn star. You know,
I was not single in the right day and age.
Let me ask you a question.
I've never made a Tinder profile.
I know I feel bad for you, Sebastian. Are you single?
I'm newly seeing somebody. I've like only dated for the last couple of years, and I've finally found somebody who is a good prospect. So I'm hot off the market.
She's not patched in yet.
Well, you're off the market, sort of. But
ending, yeah.
Right. And you, Michael, let's say you weren't married. Would you guys pay a certain amount of money, let's say you could afford it, to have sex with like a porn star that you were a fan of?
Absolutely. I mean, hands down.
Yes. This is not even a good question. Never mind. It's just it's too obvious.
I am not classy.
What if it was $1,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not your favorite porn star, just like one that you were.
If it's in the top 10, yeah, I'd probably pay like $2,500.
Yeah.
Damn, I wouldn't. Oh, okay, I wouldn't pay that much. I wouldn't pay that
much. A top fiver, yeah.
I guess it depends how much money you have.
The problem with that would be, what do you do after that? Once you have it with someone that's that good at it. Now, do I get to go more than once? Because I guarantee you, I'm gonna let everybody down that first time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're not expecting to be satisfied from you.
Okay, well, no. Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, he's not asking that.
$2,500 for a 2-minute session is really an hourly wage.
Oh no, it's like an hour or something.
All right, I'll be sure to spend $40 on a little blue pill to make sure I'm going 2-3 times.
Pill, yeah.
Horny goat.
Posts are insane, or the titles. It's creative people. It's hashtag NYC. Wish I was up there. Smoke me up and I'll suck you off.
Holy cow!
That's an easy deal, man. That only cost me like about $1 worth of weed.
The internet really has opened up how many freaks there are in both sex roles.
It's 47 male for male looking to taste my first cock.
Yeah.
I don't. What? Do you,
Can't be your first. Come on. I feel like some dudes just want to suck a dick. But hang on, I'm gonna play Sebastian's song that led me to him. You know.
That gives me a chance to get a beer first too. Then perfect.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. I like the clapping.
Those are my hands. Wow.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God damn it. Sorry, fuck. I just clicked off the tab and it immediately...
No, there's no way to remedy it on Instagram, but...
I know. What is up with that? You cannot skip to a certain part of a song. I don't understand.
And that is, to date, the only song that I've ever used a ukulele I bought in.
Dude, the ukulele... And actually, I ended up looping certain parts of that to be able to be extended longer, and it looped fine. But
oh really?
No, that's really good. What is that like thing that you're pressing the buttons on?
The little keyboard looking thing. Well, I'm
yes.
trying to remember what exactly was in there. I'm assuming.
Do you just like set different? Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, these are this is called an OP1, and they're pretty popular, I guess, among like the similar community to the type of music I make. When I first saw these, I was like, that's pretty cool. I would like to buy one. Then I checked the price, and they're $1,300 for a new one.
Holy fuck. What does it do?
What was $1,300?
So, this little keyboard.
Oh, is that a sound one?
So, yeah, so it can play sound out loud. It's like if you guys are familiar with synthesizers, it's got like, I think like 5 or 6 different synth engines, and it samples stuff. It's really like the only thing shaped like this with a whole piano roll and everything that kind of does this. So it's a company called Teenage Engineering that makes them, which is like the Apple of the music world in a way. Mm-hmm. They just have these really high boutique items, and they cost a fortune. And they stopped making these for a while, and they just started making them again. But when they first sold them, they were $800, and now they're $100. So,
damn, they went up in price. Wow.
Yeah, so I crammed this into as many videos as I can.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
Because I had to pay money for it. Yeah, I got to get my money for it.
Of money. Yeah. I mean, that's like, well, you have a G5 or what type of camera do you have?
I have a Lumix G7.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That one's actually pretty affordable, I think, right? Yeah.
I think I made a mistake there too, which you'll see a trend with my decision making. But I bought a broken one off Facebook Market. They said, yeah, I guess the fold out panel, they're like, it doesn't work, but the camera works fine. So I was like, cool, I'll buy it and fix it. I used to do a lot of computer repair, like phone repair. So I bought it. That was not all that was wrong with it. So I was out like $250. So I was trying to save money, and I ended up finding another G7 for like $250 with the kit lens. So all in all, I spent probably the same amount as a new one. But
can you solder?
No.
I need to learn that.
It seems easy, but I've never been able to do it successfully.
I need to try, because you can buy mic kits where you can get like a $500-$600 mic kit and build like a $4,000 mic.
Wow.
You got to be able to solder though.
What do you need that kind of expensive mic for?
Do you know how crispy that sounds, dude? Come on. You sure SM7B $400, but that mic is on a whole nother level. They have $10,000 mics.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
for that, you
let's say you're putting out a what?
The rest of your shit has to be of equal scale.
Like what?
If you're charging that much money for your microphone, I bet you're using $500 XLR cables, and they're in a $50,000 studio.
Yeah, but
yeah,
for you know how crispy it would sound though. Come on.
With my shitty editing skills, I bet you that it's gonna sound like an SM7B.
Well, yeah, because you don't know how to EQ or do noise reduction or compress or any of that stuff.
So you're wasting.
We're gonna teach you one day. We're gonna teach you one day.
There's no problem not knowing how to do any of that, only because I feel like it took me forever to learn any of that. Compressors are one thing that it was like, when I was first learning music, everybody's like, yeah, you throw a compressor on everything. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I probably threw one on everything for about a year before I even knew what it did. I was just like, all right. Compressing. Sounds great.
I just learned normalize.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yep, that's a good one. I start with that. And then I mouth declick, and then I denoise depending on the room noise, and then we get into the mix. But
what's the difference between normalize and normalize common gains?
Yes.
It's going to be based on peak. I'm assuming it's based on peak versus average, but I don't know. There's a lot of different things with a lot of different names, but compression is something that if you have to do, like, I'm assuming, like, let's say one thing to every vocal track, compression's a good one because it boosts the overall sound, and then it reduces the peaks. So
yeah, like squishes it. But I did the mouth declick on I have one video that I made that I said I did a voiceover on. It sounds, I'll probably give it a 2 out of 10. That's being generous. But then you're literally listening to your mouth click. And if anybody's ever recorded on like a nice mic, I feel like I was pretty close to this microphone.
Yeah, you're far away from that one.
And it's like I can hear things that are going on in my stomach. And it sounds disgusting.
Decrackle. Yeah, that's really sensitive. Yeah, isotope, or what'd you use for the mouth declicking?
I used isotope RX7.
God, I want RX8 Advanced so bad, but it's $1,500.
Well, you could buy it.
It's true. I only have to suck 150 dicks at $10 a piece.
That's a bargain.
It's not bad.
It's a win-win.
Everybody has a price, yeah.
Yep.
I realize yours is lower than I thought.
$1,500. Yeah.
Well, it depends how fast they come. But yeah, totally.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm only going to go as fast as good as you do.
You dictate.
Yeah, if you're bad, it's going to be a while.
Well, I'm just going to say this. Speaking of dicks, everyone likes it a different way, right? You know, because I'm not into the whole deep throating. Like, okay, you know what? Never mind. Sorry. Shouldn't get into the sexual stuff. This is kid friendly. No, it's not. But
I'm almost like curious as to where you were going with that.
I just okay. All right, I'll finish it then. You know how people are like porn? It's all like gagging down on it. I'm not really into that. Like, first off, it seems uncomfortable as hell. I don't think anybody really likes that, even the girls.
But gagging and deep throating are not the same thing.
That's fair. Yeah.
Depends on the size of your dick.
No, if they got skills, there's not gagging with it, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Gag-free environment.
Well, okay, I just like the stuff to happen around the tip, so it doesn't have to be all the way down there. That doesn't do anything extra for me. That's the point.
If you focus on the tip, it's going to be a lot quicker job for her.
Yeah, it's easier, right? You know?
I want to enjoy it, though.
Are you doing it for efficiency?
I mean, compare like what we have to do, what a dude would, or whatever someone would do on a vagina compared to a dick. Like, you're shoving this foreign object down your throat compared to just like licking the tip of something. You know?
I have hurt the vein in the bottom of my tongue because it takes me way longer to get her there than it does for her to get me there.
Yeah.
But in those types of situations, I'm like, can we use a toy or something to like aid me? Because I'm not like, oh, I need to do it by myself. I'm like, let's bring whatever we can in to get this done right, you know?
Yeah, she's a pot roast. I'm ramen noodles. Like, it's.
Yeah. Huh.
What about ramen noodles?
That's how quick I am. I'm ramen noodles. She's more of a pot roast. Like, there's a very big difference in time here.
I like the way you put. That's a very interesting way. I've never heard it described that way before.
Perfect analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just popped in the old noodle here.
I guess that's interesting though, because I feel like are you married? Or are you dating anybody? Or
yeah, the wife's sleeping in the bed.
Well, sure, you two. Yeah. Well, I guess I was asking him because, like, say you get a girlfriend, she thinks she's like doing you a favor.
Oh, I'm open about that type of stuff, you know. But dating, yeah, dating.
Yeah.
He'll tell me to edit it after the fact. Hey.
No editing. I'm dating.
Yeah, remember the last 30 minutes of the conversation? Just cut that.
Yeah. Just put in a video of, Looney Tunes or something and just move it on.
Oh, Ender's butt. She's been readjusting. Yep.
Tail's erect.
I know it's curved under her, but Sebastian, let's get together and do smoke some meats sometime soon. Make some music.
Nice. Is that how you sold it to your Bumble BFF? Smoke meats?
We had a great time actually. His name was Larry. He's a programmer for Delta, and he has a twin named Terry. Larry and Terry.
What a dickhead family. Why do you name
this?
Oh.
Don't make your
kids'
names
He seems like a nice
rhyme.
guy.
Yeah, I realize he probably is. His parents suck. When you yell at your kids, you're already going to call them the other one's name. Make them very different.
My dad still doesn't get my name right about 50% of the time.
Larry and Terry. I'm going to name all my kids the same thing.
George.
Yep. Wait, didn't the Foreman guy do something weird like that?
Yeah.
What did he do?
George. Even his daughter.
Everyone's name's George.
Is this true?
That's branding right there. He's an SEO guy. He's just doing the keyword stuffing.
I think he's got 7 kids or 13 kids, and they're all named George. One might be Georgette, though.
Georgette. The girl should have been Georgia. Come on. That's way cooler than Georgette.
Yeah, it's family tree. It must be weird being a celebrity. I can literally Google your family tree and just see everything about you, your net worth. And people do that.
But net worth, how true do you think those are?
They can't be very accurate.
I heard there's some way off numbers that people are way broker than their net worth shows.
Or way richer, and they keep it a secret because they're smart.
You're good at it, yeah. Let's see. You've played 2. What you got? You got another one? You got a third?
Yep.
I might need a commission. Another like a
you should.
Even bumper music.
It's good shit. All right, I'm gonna play. Okay, thrift store vinyl.
What instrument don't you play?
Saxophone. It's one I want to play, but I don't own one.
Alto or tenor?
I guess alto. But one of the reasons I've not played them is because I think they're all like in some weird tuning. It's hard to play with other instruments. I think they're all like in like B flat. I'm probably wrong. Hopefully nobody plays saxophone that listens to this and can fact check me.
I mean, I played tenor sax for 4 years.
Your dad. What's your dad's name again?
Terry,
Larry, and Terry. Terry is our main fan. You want to intro the last track that you sent me? Let's Bounce.
Yeah. So it's actually a song I was working on for a contest for a little while. Unfortunately, I did not win the contest. However, the song came out pretty cool. I played pretty much everything on there, and then I sampled some drummers that I follow on Instagram. His name's Ash Sohn, but he's a crazy good drummer. He has all these weird like drum beats that he puts on there, so I used some of his drums in there, threw together a bunch of sounds that I kind of played the bass on it, so threw it up on Spotify.
All right, Let's Bounce by Sebastian Phillips. Ooh, I hear that panning.
Oh yeah, it's going crazy.
That was nice. I listened to that a couple times, and I don't think I got to the chorus, but I remember where the beat breaks down. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun song to make. I have a bad habit of like dragging out a song for weeks on end because I don't know how to finish it. So I had a point where I just had to kind of rush through it and send it off, or you'll work on something forever. But yeah, I'm not a big song finisher, so podcast themes are perfect.
Yeah, exactly, right? Especially shit you can loop. Stuff you can loop is good for podcasting, because then you can just control how long you're talking over it.
Yeah, which is people loop, or all the people that I follow on Instagram. It's almost like formulaic when you're putting videos out. Like I think I made a video for that one, but it's like the ones that you're posting is like just 4 or 5 little layers. And it looks like if you're just watching it that like, oh yeah, you walk up to the computer and like you just start recording and you just record one thing and it goes quick. And it's like you are hitting record 800 times because I will mess up every single time I hit record.
Really? Oh, wow. See, I figured like figuring out how the song was going to go would be the long part.
Yeah, so I do like I'll make the song first. Like all the songs that I post, I'll make them and I'll mix them down and master them. But the whole time I'm making them, I'm having it in mind, like how am I going to record this instrument being played?
Oh, wow. So it's live instrument. It's not all computer stuff.
Yeah. So anything that you hear, I rarely use like loops for actual songs. Like anything you hear, I don't have an actual drum set. I have an electric one. So a lot of times I'll be playing the drums in. I'll play actual bass, actual guitar, play keys, like actual keys, play them in.
And do you record it? Do you put a mic on the amp, or how do you get it into your system?
So the way I do it is if you have an audio interface, you can actually go direct in with your guitar.
That's right. Okay.
But it does need like an instrument switch or like a preamp or something to kind of boost.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've got one of those.
I just run it straight through into Ableton, so it's pretty easy, man. It's like cool. It's crazy to imagine what we can have in our bedrooms now. And you look back in the 70s, and they had to go to a whole like huge studio to record on a 4-track machine.
If only I could play an instrument, that'd be great. It'd be awesome.
Play harmonica. Always in key.
You want to wrap it up, Michael?
I do. Sure. Why not? So, Sebastian, thank you for coming on. I hope you're on again.
Yep. You can find him online at pocket_grooves.
That's it.
That's it.
I think I'm going to have you do something so we can share a little ad for other podcasts. So I can just read something.
I'm definitely down.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
For sure, hit them up. And then this has been another brilliant episode of the On Call podcast. Got some more interviews coming up. Have a good night. Lowell, got anything to plug, buddy?
Nope.
Good man. Check out buildacast.com.
Oh no, I'm starting the audio panel business, so getting on that.
Oh yeah, pre-orders.
Yep.
All right, hit us up at OnCallPod. Watch us on YouTube. Just search OnCallPod. We're on
one word.
One word. Like, subscribe, review. Love us, hate us, something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, give us a dislike if you don't like it, though, also.
Sure.
We appreciate that feedback.
Leave some comments. Have a good night, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the On Call Podcast. Check us out on Twitter at OnCallPod. Interested in being a sponsor or want to be on the show? Drop us an email at oncallpod@gmail.com. For more info, go to oncallpod.com.
Is that one of your voices?
No.
No.
That sounds like a Fiverr gig.